Why play Poppy support? Well, she hard counters dash champions, she has amazing engage, she also has great disengage, and she is great at peeling for your carries. However, she can get poked out by lane bullies, and she's not great into mobile champions who don't rely on dashes. Poppy's passive is she periodically enhances her next basic attack to throw her buckler at the enemy. This increases the attack's range and deals additional damage. After this, the buckler then lands on the floor, which she can pick up for a shield. And if this kills an enemy, it automatically comes back to her. Poppy's Q is a rectangular skill shot which deals damage to all enemies hit and leaves an area on the floor. Enemies within this area are slowed, and after 1 second it erupts to deal damage again. Poppy's W has a passive which increases her total armor and magic resist, and this is doubled while below 40% health. The active grants her a large amount of bonus movement speed and creates a circle around her. Enemies that attempt to dash within this circle are dealt damage and knocked up before being slowed. Poppy's E is a point and click ability which deals damage to an enemy hit and carries them along with her. If they're carried into terrain, they're dealt even more damage and stunned. Poppy's ultimate can be tapped or charged up. If tapped, it knocks up the enemy hit and deals damage to them. If charging the ability, she slows herself a small amount while increasing the ability's range, knockback distance, and damage. Enemies hit by this are dealt damage and launched towards their own fountain. A good engage combo is to tap your ultimate into W to position your E favorably. Slam them into a wall before following up with an auto attack into Q and then keep spamming away with attacks. If you start with a wall slam, use E into an attack and Q. Attack again into ult using W as needed to chase them down or stop dashes. And a great one for lane is to hex flash out of a brush and then use E to slam them into a wall. Follow up with auto attack into Q and even more attacks. For matchups, Poppy is amazing against dash reliant supports, stopping them ever getting onto her carry. And she can struggle against champions who can get onto her carry without relying on dashes. For runes, take this. Aftershock makes your engages absolutely devastating. For build order, start World Atlas and Pots into tier 2 boots and a Dead Man's. After this, a Force of Nature and Locket are great pickups before finishing your builds with any of these as needed. For skill order, start E then Q then W before maxing Q then E then W, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Ignite. Starting the game, your main focus is going to be on proccing your support item, helping your carry farm, and looking for opportunities to slam your opponent into terrain. One of the most important things here is brush control. Once you have brush control, your opponent always needs to respect your flash or hex flash out of the brush and slamming them into terrain. This gives you a massive area of control in your lane as your opponent can't walk past you, and if they ever try, simply flash out of the brush and slam them into the wall. Once you have tier 2 boots, you're also great at roaming, so especially if the enemy mid laner relies on dashes, you can absolutely go and influence their lane too. And once you hit level 6, your engage with your ultimate becomes amazing, so look for kills. Entering the mid game, you want to take your tower as soon as possible, then rotate mid. This puts you right in the center of the map, easily able to roam for fights and objectives. Entering late game team fights, you want to peel for your carry. Your W stops anything from dashing at them, and your E and your ultimate launches anything away from them, which gives them plenty of time to win the fight for you. Also, if an opponent's ever out of position, you can play engage, slamming them into terrain. And that's how to play Poppy support. If this video helped you, leave a like and comment below who you want to see next.